1. The Whispering Manor. At the edge of Maplewood Town, where the streetlights faded into shadows, stood a crooked, old mansion known to everyone as the Whispering Manor. Its windows were dusty like forgotten eyes, and the front gate squeaked whenever the wind passed through. Townsfolk whispered about it, claiming it was haunted, that restless spirits roamed inside, and that the house itself watched you. But the truth was quieter, almost sad. The house wasn't evil. It was lonely. The spirits inside didn't wish to scare anyone. They only wanted someone to notice them, to talk, to laugh, to share a moment of kindness. Among all the curious children of Maplewood, there was Eli, a boy whose courage and curiosity were unmatched. He loved mysteries and secrets, and while other kids ran away from the manor, Eli felt an unusual pull toward it. One evening, he decided to step inside. Maybe ghosts don't want to frighten us. Maybe they just want a friend, he thought, taking a deep breath as the wooden door groaned open. Part 2. Meeting the Spirits. Inside, the air was cool, dusty, and smelled faintly of old books. A small, glowing figure floated near the staircase. It was Pip, a little round ghost with a soft blue glow, more like a playful firefly than a scary spirit. He giggled and waved, his laughter ringing like tiny bells. "Hello." "Don't worry," Pip said. "We don't scare people. We just wait." Eli's eyes widened in amazement. Soon he met others. Mr. Grimby, a tall, dramatic ghost wearing a top hat and a flowing cloak. A ghostly old lady knitting in the air who still loved to bake cookies, and even a small, playful ghost cat that purred in midair. The ghosts, amazed by Eli's bravery, shared their loneliness. "No one comes here," Pip said sadly. "We just wait." Part 3. The Idea of Friendship. Eli's eyes sparkled. "Why hide anymore?" he said. "We can show everyone that ghosts can be kind. Let's have a night, haunted but friendly night, where people come, laugh, play games, and see that not all ghosts are scary." The spirits hesitated, but Eli's excitement was contagious. Slowly, they agreed. Mr. Grimby chuckled. "Maybe it's time people knew. Ghosts aren't always bad." Part 4. The Grand Friendship Party. Eli and the ghosts decorated the mansion with lanterns, sparkling lights, and painted pumpkins with cheerful faces. The sign outside read, "Welcome to the friendly haunted house. Spooky but fun." That night, half the town arrived. Children squealed with laughter as Pip floated marshmallows through the air. Mr. Grimby performed card tricks mid-flight, and the old lady ghost served ghostly cookies that tasted surprisingly real. Laughter echoed through the halls, and for the first time in decades, the house felt alive. Then, a tall, glowing figure appeared. Lord Alaric, the mansion's original owner. He observed Eli and the ghosts, his eyes warm. "You've restored this house to its true purpose," he said. "Joy, kindness, and a bridge between worlds." The mansion glowed as golden light spread across the walls. Part 5. A New Secret. Luna, the spirit of moonlight. Weeks later, as the town slept, a soft silver light shimmered in the manor. Pip noticed a white-winged envelope sliding under the door. Eli picked it up and read, "I am Luna, the spirit of moonlight. I have come to fulfill a forgotten promise." The next night, a soft, luminous woman appeared. "I am Luna," she said, "and this house is a place of dreams, light, and memories. Fear dimmed the light, but you can restore it." Luna guided them to a hidden chamber where old dream bubbles floated, forgotten wishes, incomplete songs, and lost smiles. Eli and Pip realized they could bring these dreams back to life by spreading joy and friendship. Part 6. A New Adventure. The Silent Castle. Months passed, and Maplewood was full of laughter. Eli said, "Pip, maybe it's time to find another lonely home." They packed their bag and traveled to Alderfield, a mountain town with a crumbling castle, known as the Silent Castle. Inside, they found Professor Cauldron, a ghostly scholar guarding the dreams of children who had long left. Eli invited the children of Alderfield, and together, they revived the castle with laughter, stories, and creativity. A new sign was hung. "Welcome to the Silent Castle, where dreams speak again." Part 7. The Talking Lantern House. From the mountains, they traveled to Loomer Bay, where a lighthouse's lantern whispered. The lantern, Oriole, was fading because no one listened to it. Inside, a small ghost boy, Glyn, was trapped. Eli and Pip restored light with friendship, laughter, and promises of care. The villagers saw the glow spread across the sea, teaching that hope and kindness can restore anything. Part 8. Timetown and Mirror Forest. Next, they reached Timetown, a city frozen in silence. With laughter and games, they taught time to move again. Then, in the Mirror Forest, they faced reflections of their true selves, overcame fear, and gained the crystal heart from the Mirror Queen. Part 9. Dream Valley and Sky Library. In Dream Valley, they awakened forgotten dreams with Luna's guidance. They met the Dream King, receiving the lucid star to restore dreams anywhere. From there, Sky Library awaited, where books floated like stars, and their own story continued to be written. A talking book, Echo, reminded them that stories remain unfinished until their storytellers return. Part 10. The Lesson. Through every journey, Eli and Pip learned, ghosts and people, light and dreams, all need friendship to thrive. Laughter, kindness and courage can bring the lonely to life. Where fear ends, friendship begins. And wherever they go next, their mission is clear, to spread light, joy, and stories that connect hearts. Would you like me to continue the story? Or perhaps summarize one of the parts?
जरूर, ये लीजिए द फ्रेंडली हॉन्टेड हाउस पार्ट 2 का पूरा पाठ जैसा आपने दिया है.
The Friendly Haunted House, Part 2, New Adventures of Eli and Pip, Part 11, The City of Clocks, Time Town. After their adventures in Loomer Bay, Eli and Pip noticed a glowing paper floating from the sky. It read, "Beyond the mountains lies a city of clocks, where time has stopped." Curious as ever, they traveled to this golden city. The streets were empty, silent, fountains froze mid-splash, birds hovered mid-flight, and even the wind seemed paused. Eli whispered, "Time itself has forgotten to move." At the center stood a massive clock tower, the hands frozen. A deep voice echoed, "Who dares enter my stillness?" Pip, excited but nervous, said, "We're friends. We've come to wake time." A figure emerged, the clockmaster, an ancient spirit who explained that people had forgotten how to live with time, and so time had stopped. Eli and Pip laughed, rang bells, and played with the townsfolk, frozen as clocks, until the rhythm of life returned. Tick-tock slowly filled the city again. The clockmaster smiled, gifting Eli a silver watch that never stops, reminding them that moments are precious, and smiles are time itself. Part 12. The Mirror Forest. From Time Town, they ventured into an ancient forest, known as Mirror Forest. Every tree reflected not just appearances, but feelings and memories. The first mirror showed Pip looking sad, gray, and lonely. "This isn't me," he cried. Eli explained softly, "Sometimes the part we hide comes out in mirrors. Let's face it together." Touching the mirror, Pip's true cheerful self shone again. Then Eli approached a tall, glowing mirror. He saw his younger self, scared, mocked, and alone. Eli said gently, "You wanted someone to believe in you just like I believe in Pip?" The mirror glowed, reflecting courage and kindness. In the center of the forest, the Mirror Queen appeared, gifting Eli a crystal heart. "Your friendship is a light that will reflect in others forever." Part 13. Dream Valley and Luna. Leaving the forest, Eli and Pip arrived at Dream Valley, a glowing meadow where dreams floated like bubbles. A soft whisper passed in the wind. "Sleep, but stay awake." They realized this was a place where eyes could rest, but hearts stayed alert. A giant glowing butterfly appeared, Luna, the spirit of dreams. She guided them to forgotten dreams, unfinished songs, incomplete paintings, and buried smiles. Eli used the crystal heart to awaken each dream. Children played again, artists painted, and laughter returned. At the peak of the valley, they found the Dream King, asleep. Singing a melody of courage and light, they awakened him. He gifted them the lucid star, a magical reminder that hope and dreams could always be restored. Part 14. Sky Library. From the stars above, silver stairs appeared, leading to the Sky Library, where every floating book was alive. A spirit named Oralis explained, "Every story here is waiting for someone to listen." A talking book, Echo, floated toward them. "Your story is still being written," it said. Eli and Pip saw the Whispering Manor in the pages. Sad, empty, and waiting. Echo reminded them, stories remain unfinished until their storytellers return. Eli smiled. "Then we must go back, to finish what we started." Part 15. The Oath of Words. Oralis gave them a celestial quill, glowing with magic. "Whatever is written with this quill shapes the world," she said. Eli and Pip pledged to restore happiness, dreams, and friendship wherever they went. And as the wind carried them forward, they whispered, "Where fear ends, friendship begins, and stories live forever." Would you like to continue the story? Or do you have another adventure plan for Eli and Pip?
जरूर, ये लीजिए द फ्रेंडली हॉन्टेड हाउस पार्ट 3 का पूरा पाठ जैसा आपने दिया है.
The Friendly Haunted House, Part 3, The Manor Reawakens. Part 16, Return to the Whispering Manor. After their adventures in the Sky Library and Dream Valley, Eli and Pip felt a gentle tug in their hearts. The Whispering Manor, their first magical home, seemed to be calling them back. As they approached, the old mansion looked quiet and tired. Its walls were slightly faded, and the windows had lost their sparkle. Pip floated nervously. It looks lonely again. Eli smiled. We'll bring it back to life. Come on, friend. Inside, the air was still. Dust lay thick over the furniture, and the laughter of ghosts was missing. Eli called softly. Hello. Anyone here? From the shadows, tiny sparks of light appeared. Pip whispered. The spirits are waiting, just like before. Slowly, the old friends appeared. Pip's little friends, Mr. Grimby, the cookie-baking lady, and even the playful ghost cat. Their glow was dim, but their smiles returned when Eli and Pip hugged them. Part 17. The Forgotten Rooms. While exploring, Eli noticed a new door in the manor that had never been there before. It was faintly glowing, almost humming. This must be new or forgotten, he said. Pip shivered with excitement. They opened the door to find a hidden wing of the mansion, full of cobweb-covered toys, musical instruments, and old storybooks. Ghosts whispered softly of children who had visited long ago, dreams that had been paused, and laughter that had never left the walls. Eli had an idea. Let's have a new party, but this time, everyone can bring a dream with them. We'll reawaken all the happiness this house has ever known. Part 18. The Reawakening Night. Word spread quickly. Families, children, and even a few brave adults arrived. Eli, Pip, and the ghosts decorated the mansion with glowing lanterns, shimmering fabrics, and floating lights. The new wing glimmered as the house seemed to breathe again. The party was magical. Pip floated marshmallows into children's hands. Mr. Grimby performed acrobatics with floating cards. The cookie lady baked ghostly pastries that smelled like vanilla and cinnamon. The playful ghost cat darted through the crowd, making children giggle. Even the walls seemed to hum with laughter, as if the house itself was alive. Eli whispered, See, Pip? The manor just needed a little love. Part 19. The Moonlight Guest. Suddenly, a silver light filled the room. Luna, the spirit of moonlight, appeared, smiling gently. Eli, Pip, you have awakened the manor again. But there is another secret, she said, pointing toward a staircase glowing with a soft golden light. They climbed and found a hidden observatory filled with celestial maps, telescopes, and glowing stars. Luna explained, This is where the wishes of those who dream of adventure are kept. Many have been forgotten, until now. Eli felt a spark of curiosity. Can we help them? Luna nodded. Only if your hearts are brave, kind, and full of friendship. Part 20. The Night of Wishes. That night, the mansion was filled with joy, dreams, and floating lights. Every wish that had ever been whispered to the manor began to glow. A child wished to learn music and suddenly heard melodies in the air. Another wished for friendship, and tiny glowing figures danced around them. Old stories long forgotten began to float from dusty books, ready to be read again. Eli and Pip realized that the Whispering Manor wasn't just a haunted house. It was a place where hope, dreams, and friendship lived together. Part 21. The Promise of the Manor. As the party ended, Luna placed her hand on Eli's shoulder. You are now the guardians of this home. The manor will always be alive as long as friendship and laughter fill it. Pip floated beside Eli, glowing brighter than ever. And we'll never stop finding lonely places that need joy, he whispered. From that night onward, the Whispering Manor was no longer lonely. Every Halloween, every full moon, or even just on ordinary days, children and families visited, played, laughed, and shared stories with the friendly ghosts. The house had finally found its purpose, to be a bridge between worlds, a home of dreams, and a safe place for friendship. Part 22. Looking ahead. Eli and Pip looked at each other with a grin. Where to next? Asked Eli. Anywhere there's loneliness. Anywhere we can bring joy, Pip replied. And as the moonlight bathed the manor, the two friends set off once more, knowing that the world was full of magical places waiting to be awakened. One laugh, one dream, one act of friendship at a time. Where fear ends, friendship begins. And no house is ever truly alone. That was a wonderful part. Would you like to create the next adventure for Eli and Pip?